Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this video. This video is going to be about it's going to be a guide video on how to build circles and other shapes in Ark Survival Evolved. So, we're going to start off right away, but not too fast. A circle. Well, the closest thing you can get to a circle in Ark without doing like a bunch of, intersecting of different walls and stuff like that. So this first one is going to be made up of only triangle foundations. You need 6 of them to start off with your smallest one. You can attach pillars to them. You can attach fence foundations to them. And if we pull up my inventory, because I have a lot of structures in it for examples and for this video, you can attach walls to them, and you can also attach door frames to them. Now, you don't need a lot of space to build this, and you don't need a lot of flat ground either. Also, it seems that triangle foundations are taller, so they can hang off a ledge a bit more than normal foundations. The items you would need to make this is just 6 triangle foundations, and then we go up to the second smallest. This is double the size of that one, and double the resources needed. So you need 12 triangle foundations for this one, and you need 6 normal foundations. I will real quick show you how to build both of these. So you place one, and then you see how it's on either side. You do both sides. Then you connect you connect 2 more again to those, and then you finish it off with the last slice right there. And that took 6 triangle foundations. Boom, your circle is done. You can now add doors to it, and you can mix and match. So like say you want thatch as your door, you can do that, and then you can go wood. Now if you do this, that'll destroy it like that. Now you have no door. So you can mix, this shows that you can mix and match structures in it. So you can start off with stone foundations or wood foundations and put wood or stone on top of that foundation. You can also mix and match metal and stuff as well. So say you wanted a pillar right there, you could do that. Pillars have a lot of snap points to these, I think. Pillars can snap to each other. So we got that little weird thing going on right there. Now for this, you don't start off with a triangle foundation. Sorry, you start off with a normal foundation. I started off with one there, so after you've placed your first foundation, you go 1 triangle foundation on either side, and then from those triangle foundations, you see which direction it's facing. I'm going to face it off towards where I have more room. Place 1 on either triangle foundation. Then you go triangle foundation again on each of the new foundations. And then you do the same thing again. And there's the circle complete. Now the way you fill it in is the center is made the exact same way as a normal small circle. So you just, with triangle foundations, you connect them all the way around. Now you can do this with any structure but thatch, because thatch doesn't have triangle foundations. So right here shows that you can do it with wood. Now if you didn't want the center to be wood, you can replace it with stone. But you don't have to replace it. Also, foundations or triangle foundations can be placed inside of each other. So that's what happened there. One of them didn't get destroyed. You can also do other shapes like a triangle, and I can show you how to do that after this. After I show off a little bit more. Now you can also make these circle shapes with ceilings, but instead of using foundations, you start off with pillars first, like how this is. I will probably show that off in a later video, depending on how long this one is. We're 5 minutes in. Alright, so now with all the same resources that you used to make the circles, you can make a triangle. So the way I did this is I started off with 3 foundations, and then 2 more triangle foundations on each side. So that puts us at 4 triangle foundations and 3 normal used. Then you go out 3 more from those new triangle foundations, the way you see I'm doing. So that's 9 foundations used. And then 2 more triangle foundations. So that puts us at 6 triangle foundations and 9 normal foundations. And then the game will count how many is used here. So we got 9 plus 6 triangle foundations used for this entire thing. So I don't know, you can calculate how much that is, but for the corner bits or whatever you call this, you need 6 to do all that. Then you need 9 normal foundations, and then you need 9 more triangle foundations to build that in the middle. Now the next question is, any wall will combine to these. So you can do wood on these triangle foundations and with the normal foundations. There's also connection points to place walls inside as well, like this. Now you can change which end that is facing, so you can do that, or you can do that. I think that was the exact same thing again, so hold on. So the green side is this brown, this dark brown, and then the blue is this side. So if you want it looking like that, you could do that. Now to get these, if you wanted the green, the dark brown side to face inside, I'm not sure how you do that. I think you can do that with fence foundations if you place them on it. No, that didn't work. Yeah, that's something we'll figure out later. But what the fence foundations can be used for is dinosaur gates will not snap to foundations normally, but you can place them on top. So if you really wanted to, you could just eyeball it. But if you want it perfectly exact, you see how it's snapping like that? If you place a fence foundation, a dino gate will snap to it. Now fence foundations can be used to place walls basically on the ground. So you see how we got that fence foundation right there, that metal one? Now you can place a wall on top of it. That means this also shows that you can mix and match wood walls with metal foundations, fence foundations specifically. So that's a fence foundation right there on the ground. This is a foundation. Foundations are these big squares. Fence foundations are like just for building fences. There are wood, stone, and metal and tech fence foundations, and you can mix and match all of them. The only difference between all of them is their look and how much health they have and what can destroy them. So like metal foundations, basically no animals in Ark can break them. And then like stone is just a tier weaker, so that means more can break them. Another thing is, if you wanted to place ceilings on your fence foundations, what you need to do is place pillars like that. It also looks good too. Okay. You can combine you can connect glass to this as well. So say you wanted glass doors on these corners, you can do that. That's a double door. Here's the normal door. So that's glass, right? And then you can put the doors in as well. So there we go. That's a normal door, and that's a double door right there that we got on this. And you can do the same thing on any of these. So like anywhere I can place this wall, you can place a door. And it doesn't have to just be wood walls. And this doesn't have to be stone either. It can be wood, like right here. And same thing with these fence foundations or pillars. So you see how I now have that fence foundation there? I can now connect it in different ways. I can connect that dinosaur gate. So dinosaur gates are like really big doors. So that shows you can do that. I don't think you can do it on here without it looking weird, but you could. Yeah, so you see how big that is? Yeah, that'd be weird. So this is how you build circles. This is all the different... There's more that you can do. Now, if you don't have a flat enough surface to do this stuff, and you want to build like up on a mountain, you would use pillars to make this. So let's go ahead and grab some metal structures real quick to show this off. To show off what I'm talking about. So what you do here is, say we wanted to build on the side of this. You'd start off with, like, let's say 1, and then you do this. So what you do is just, now I'm flying around, I'm in admin mode, that's why I can do this so easy. But say you got this here, you place that pillar, and then you can place the ceiling on top of it. Then from this ceiling, you can place triangle ceilings to attach to it. Then you can do this. So basically the ceilings start acting just like the foundations do. Now, you do need more pillars though than what I'm using here so far. So you see when it's red it says no nearby foundation support. What you got to do there is you got to attach a pillar to a ceiling. Now if you don't want it sticking out like that, what you do is you just aim your camera down a little bit and it moves the pillar down. Now because you have to attach it to the ceiling for it to work, it's going to be poking up through the top a little bit, unlike the first one, because the reason it's poking up through the top of the ceiling is because it's connected to the ceiling. The reason it's not happening with the first one is because you connected the ceiling to the foundation. So there's tricky ways to get around that. Now you do need the pillars to be touching the ground for it to count as foundation support. But now that we got our extra foundation support, place these extra triangle ceilings to our new normal ceilings. You go ahead and do it again like we did at first with 2 new normal ceilings, and then it's going to say we don't have any foundation support again to finish the circle, so we got to place new ceilings, pillars. We got to place new pillars all the way down until they touch the ground or get dug into the ground. It doesn't matter if they are intersecting with the ground, as long as they're like down there pretty much in the ground, it'll work. And there's the circle complete. Now you just need 6 more triangle ceilings to fill in the middle. You could use stone right there if you wanted instead. You could do this with wood, you could do this with stone, you could do it with tech. So this would have cost just as much. So it's 6 metal ceilings, and then 12 triangle metal ceilings. And then I don't know how many pillars. Depending on the height of where you're building, it'll vary on how many pillars you need. But I think I had maybe 40, 50, maybe even 60 pillars, and now I'm down to 20 left. So about 30 to 50 something pillars was used just to make this. Maybe not 50, but only 4 of them needed to be connected at the top. What else? So now we know that glass will attach to the triangle foundations. You know how to make a really small circle. You know how to make a big circle, kind of. And you can get behemoth gates to attach the same way that you get dino gates to attach. You just connect a fence foundation to your normal foundation. So let's see what that would look like real quick on this small foundation. Let's grab a behemoth gate. Yep, it's snapping. So that is a behemoth gate snapped to a fence foundation. It doesn't look too right, but it did snap to it. You would need a really gigantic structure to actually need a door like this. So,